Mr. Grinch. Me, 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 from the diaphragm. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You've got cockroaches in your smile. Da da dee da dee da dee dee da da dee da doo dee dee, Mr. Grinch. Oh, hi there. Don't be alarmed. That wasn't a choir of angels you just heard. Oh no, I'm just warming up the old moneymaker. But I'm sure that leaves you with a lot of questions, doesn't it? Questions like, who the hell am I? And who the hell do I think I am? Questions like, what's up with that voice? And how do I get one of those? Well, friend, smoke like that, it don't just come down the chimney. You've got a lot of questions, but as the creator of Spider-Man, I don't owe you any goddamn answers. All I know is it's Christmas, or Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, or maybe just another day. And instead of spending time with your family and loved ones, you chose to spend it here, with me, watching this stupid goddamn program. Well, friend, for that I think you owe me. And in the spirit of the holiday season, I like being owed. So how about I downshift the eloquence and charm, and skillfully slide into the practiced cartoon hillbilly character that you're more comfortable with to answer some of your stupid questions. What was most difficult about the show so far was trying to figure out what exactly it's going to be, or what exactly it is. When I started doing this, my creative instinct was just to try and play around and make the kind of show that I didn't feel like existed. But unfortunately, I had no way to articulate what that was. So a lot of my instincts were actually wrong. I felt like I could make a show that could go wherever I felt it needed to go. But as I got into the pursuit of it, I learned that often that meant that I was meandering around or jumping and making a really sort of jumbled mess of a show. And it took about 6 months of just playing around with it on the side before I started to even see any semblance of what it was or what it could be. Which leads to the second most challenging thing about the show, which was finding a narrative, trying to find the actual conversation. Because when you have a conversation with a person in real life and you're not a very good interviewer, you end up sort of organically jumping all over the place. And so the challenge becomes sort of threading and weaving and cutting all that stuff together in such a way that it makes everybody make a lot more sense and plays to the heart of what people were trying to say without misrepresenting them. A lot of that is just achieved by listening to the show over and over again after I've recorded it, chipping away on editing it while I work on comics projects or other stuff. I think the first few episodes I was so talkative and so like forcing the narrative that I wanted on the conversation, and it wasn't until I started listening to myself on playback that I realized all the things that I tend to harp on about. And some of those things have become useful in terms of like setting up people now. I know how to get through an interview a little bit better. But yeah, just learning to listen, I guess. My first attempts at it were really sloppy. I tried to do it without editing, and that was pretty quickly something that I realized was a mistake. That's a tool that I needed in order to bring it to life. And so I sort of found out that editing and the power of editing is that discovery that you make as you make something. I didn't feel like I had the time or the energy or the inclination for it, even though it was something that was, you know, even though it was an itch that I'd been dying to scratch for years. I just finally clearly realized that your time is not in your hands. So if there's something that you're dying to do, you at least owe yourself the opportunity to try and do it. You know, within reason. Dream guest. That would be Alan Moore, Hot Wings, Challenge. Psychotic, psychedelic, Scoville trip. Is this thing a success? Like I said, when I started, there was no format to the show. And I still kind of hold on to that idea. I've always had this motto that I reserve the right to burn shit down. It's a thing that I've tried to apply to my comics career. And that's just my playful way of saying that if it's not working, I'm going to try something new. Love the show. Any way you can make the episodes longer, like 4 hours each. Get a goddamn job. You serious? Yeah, ask me a fucking question about Chip fucking Zdarsky.